Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamu alaikum and good morning to all my students, my charming students of class 5. So class, today we are back with social studies lecture. This is your social studies teacher, Ms. Zunaira, and let's see which chapter we are going to relearn today. So, the chapter that we are supposed to relearn today is longitude and latitude. You must know that this is our chapter of final term and it is on page number 30. So, you need to take out your book, you need to open your page 30, but you will turn your book, okay? Because now we are not supposed to have reading. So, let's get started. Here comes the content of this chapter. That what are the things which we are going to learn in this chapter. That includes poles and equator. Then we'll learn about the longitude. In longitude, what we are supposed to see, what we are supposed to relearn. We'll learn about many of the things regarding longitude, like lines of longitude, direction, their starting point, importance, and distance between the lines. Afterwards, we'll see all these things for the latitude, which we have seen for longitude. Then in the last, we'll see that how do these lines help us? Why? What are the like we can say that why they are good means how they are helping us? How the lines of longitude and latitude help us to locate any of the thing. So let's get started. First, we should know that that this is a globe. In this globe, we see some of the imaginary lines. We have drawn these lines, so that is why we can see these lines. Otherwise, these are just imaginary line. If you go out of the earth, you will just see the round shaped earth. You will not see these lines because all these are the imaginary line, and we call it as the grid of lines. How do we call it? Basically, the lines of longitude and latitude, we just collectively call them the grid of lines, network of lines, longitude and latitude, horizontal and vertical, right? So all these lines along with each other are called grid of lines. Now, the simple point you should know in your mind, you should keep in your mind is that the lines which are running horizontally, they are latitude, and the lines which are running vertically, they are longitude. Now we can have a trick over here. Long, when we just talk about the long, basically we see the length. So if we see the lines which are long, which are, we can say that, which are on like running from north to south or south to north, they are in vertical form, they will be lines of longitude. Then here is the definition: an imaginary vertical line that measures, here we are talking about the longitude, okay? The imaginary vertical line that measures the distance east or west in degrees from the prime meridian. As you know that we measure the cloth in meter, we measure the milk, other liquids in liter. And likewise, the unit which we are going to put with longitude and latitude would be degree. And here it would be shown by this small circle. You must have used it in your maths class, right? What are these? What are longitude? These are basically the imaginary lines which are traveling vertically. And the important thing you need to remember from here is prime meridian. This prime meridian is very important. Why it is important? Because it is the starting point for measuring the longitude. Okay, of course we are going to start, if we start counting, we'll start from zero, then one, two, three. It means zero is playing the role for starting the counting. So likewise, if we see the lines of longitude, prime meridian is the thing from which we can start counting the lines of longitude. So that is why, okay, one thing you need to remember is the lines of longitude, all the lines of longitude will also be called as meridians, but the prime meridian would be one. The prime meridian would be one because this is in the center, which is exactly over here. You can see that in this diagram, you can see the middle one line, which is having the 0 degree. This is going to be the prime meridian. Rest of all the lines would be known as the lines of longitude or the meridian, not the prime meridian. Which one is the prime meridian? Just the middle one. Is that clear, guys? Only the middle one will be named as prime meridian, and we will write its value as 0 degree, because this is the starting point. Likewise, here the lines of longitude, we will see that, as I told you, that these lines are also called as meridians. All the lines are called as meridians. And how these are in number? These are 360 in number. You need to remember these are lines of longitude which are running vertically. They are 360 in number, while we see the horizontal line, the lines of longitude, they will be 180, not 160. You need to remember this. Okay. After this, we should know that these all lines are called the lines of meridian. What is the direction? If we know that these are running vertically, so it is very understood. We know that on the upper side there is north, and the lower side there is south. Basically, it is not upper and lower. We just locate the places on the map while having these direction. But according to this globe, we can see that on the poles are always either the north pole or the south pole. They are not east pole or west pole, because on east or west we can identify the equator, not the poles. So what is the direction? This is very understood, because they are running vertically, so of course they are running from north to south or south to north. Then unit, as I told you, that the longitude is measured in degrees, east or west of the prime meridian. Okay, so prime meridian would be on 0 degree, and it is going to be the starting point for measuring the longitude, as you can see here, as I have shown you in the previous slide as well. So let's go ahead. The starting point for the longitude, 0 degree, serves as a starting point for measuring the longitude. This is the middle one line, and it serves as the starting point. Greenwich, that is basically a place in London, and it is at 0 degree. So if I ask you that, tell me, better see, 0 degree is somewhere on the globe, and we know that on the globe there are locations, there are cities, there are towns, there are rivers, there are lakes. So if I ask you that, give me an example of the place which is on prime meridian or which is on 0 degree. If I ask you, tell me the name of the place which is at prime meridian, that would be Greenwich, because prime meridian and 0 degree is the same thing, right? So here is the location of Greenwich, that is a place in London. Now here comes the importance. Why these are important for us? If we say that these are imaginary lines, so why it is important to remember these? These are just imaginary lines. What kind of relation they have with the fact and figures? According, in the light of facts and figures, we should see that these are very important. Why? Lines of longitude or the meridian show that how far east or west a place is. For example, here you can see the Greenwich. Okay, let me remove your video from here. Okay, you can see here the Greenwich, right? Now here towards the west, it is going to be 20 degree of west, 40 degree from west, 60 degree from west. Likewise, how far the place is from east, we can identify from these numbers. So basically, we are starting from 0 degree. That is known as prime meridian. Okay, why it is important? We can see the distance, how far the place is. Beta, is my voice clear to everyone? Let me know in the chat box, because Iraj is saying that my voice is not clear. So let me know either this is the problem from my side or not. Am I clear to everyone? Okay, now Iraj, you need to check your gadget, because everybody is getting my voice properly. So guys, if we see the distance of lines of longitude join at the pole. Here you can see that they are joining at the pole and apart at the equator. Poles are apart from the equator, that we'll learn in the latitude. The distance between a pair of equivalent is equivalent to 1 degree. This is important. It is equivalent to 1 degree. Now we'll learn about the latitudes. All the things are same. Like the thing which was vertical, that would be horizontal. The lines which were 360, they will be now 180. So we can, if you remember the difference between longitude and latitude, you will definitely come to know all the points which are for longitude and latitude. If you will be asked for writing the definition and you know the difference, you can easily write the definition as well. So these are 180 in number. Okay, these lines are called parallels. What was the alternative name that we had given to the lines of longitude? That was meridians. That was meridians. But if we talk about the latitude, the lines of latitudes are also called as parallels. They are called as parallels. They are 180 in number. Of course, the direction would be from east to west or west to east, because these are traveling horizontally. Now here comes the unit of latitude, that would be same as longitude. Latitude is measured in degrees as the longitude, but when we're talking about the longitude, if you remember, we said that the prime meridian serves as a starting point. The prime meridian serves as is at 0 degree. But in case of latitude, the equator is the line which represents 0 degree latitude. We have learned more about the latitude in our previous lectures as well. Okay, so that is, I'm not gonna have the details of it. So what would be the point of latitude, starting point of latitude? Of course, it is not going to be the prime meridian, because prime meridian is a vertical line. So that can serve for the longitude. We need some horizontal line for this, and that is equator. So the equator serves as the starting point for the latitude. Now here comes the importance of latitude. Same as the importance of longitude, lines of latitude or the parallels of latitude show that how far a place is. Distance between the latitude. Now, one thing that is similar in longitude and latitude is that if you see the distance between the lines, so that would be equivalent to 1 degree, right? So it is same. But here's a one difference you need to notice over here, and that is when we're talking about lines of longitude, we said that all the lines join at the pole. But here, lines make the circle. Lines are not joining the equator. All the lines are not joining the equator. There is a line which is named as equator, which serves as a starting point for measuring the latitude. But all the lines do not come to the equator. While in longitude, all the line goes to the poles. But in latitude, all the lines do not come to the equator. So what they do, what they make a circle around it. They make a circle. Lines of latitude make a circle around the globe. So you can see that these are this is the smaller one circle, then the bigger one, then the bigger one, bigger one, bigger one, and on equator we'll see the biggest one, right? So, and this is same that it is equivalent to 1 degree. So these are all the things in a single picture. You can see a north pole, south pole, west or east. Now what you can see here, the prime meridian, which is the vertical midone line, and you can see here the equator. This is equator, the midone line of horizontal lines. So this is how we can locate any of the thing, any of the place. Difference: 316 numbers, lines of longitude 316 numbers, they are called meridians, while lines of latitude are 180 in number. They are called parallels. See, meridians and parallels. The lines of longitude travel from north to south, the lines of latitude travel from east to west. Prime meridian is at 0 degree, equator is at 0 degree. Okay, so this is so simple. Just vertical and horizontal differences are there. What kind of help we can get from these lines? This paragraph I have taken from your book, social studies book. That might be the last paragraph, I think. The imaginary lines make it easy for us to find out the location of our place on the map. With the help of these lines, we can know of where all the cities, rivers, deserts, towns, villages are located on the map. Now I want everyone to be alert, to be attentive, as I told you that this is going to be your revision test too. So you are not going to rewrite the heading of revision you might have written yesterday. You'll just write the name of the chapter. That would be your serial number 2, because your serial number 1 was looking at the land revision that we have done in yesterday's class, right? So take out your copy, make the index. That would be chapter longitude and latitude. Is that done? Thumbs up if you have done. Khizra, Aliza, Aman. Okay, good. Maz, have you done your index? Okay, okay. I'm giving you 1 minute. Just write the index. After this, don't make flap again. Okay, here I have written make a flap of revision portion. So don't make it again if you have already made. This flap should be made before RT1. If you have made it, so you are not going to remake it. You'll just start from the next page. Very good, Alina. Very good. Okay. So first the flap would be made, then your RT1 would be done, that we did yesterday. And this is RT2 today. So flap would not be made again. But your work should not be submitted without flap. Otherwise, it would be difficult for your teacher to find out where your work is. Now, students, here comes the questions in front of you that you need to do right now. You are not bound. You can do these questions in your own wording as well, because I want to see your concepts. How do lines of longitude and latitude help us? How do lines of longitude and latitude help us? Question number 1, how do lines of longitude and latitude help us? Then you will write the answer. Aman, you fill in the blanks of which chapter? Okay, Hussein, what is the work of prime meridian? Beta, prime meridian is at 0 degree. That is the line of longitude, and it serves as the starting point for measuring the longitude. Prime meridian is same as the equator, but what is the difference? Equator is in latitude, prime meridian is in longitude. Aman, you can complete your fill in the blanks by watching the lecture which was uploaded yesterday. Okay, you can complete your fill in the blanks. If your fill in the blanks of RT1 is not complete, go back to previous lecture, not right now. After the lecture, you can go there and you can complete it. Okay, guys, have you written the answer of question number 1? How do lines of longitude and latitude help us? Don't be worried. Don't copy from your copy. Please, beta. You can write in your own words. We have just discussed that how do these lines help us? Why there is a need to have these imaginary lines? If they're imaginary, how they're helping us? So you need to write the answer. You can write in your own words. The student who will write the same answer, I would suppose that he has copied. So I suggest you to do your work or do the answer in your own wording. You can just write that how these lines help us. You can just write the answer for 2 to 3 lines. No need to write the 4, 5, 6 lines. Mass, tomorrow onwards you must be there with uniform proper, okay? And the students who are not switched on their who have not switched on their camera, Amna, Iraj, and Malahim, Ali bin Salman, beta, from tomorrow or from the next time, I would not allow you. I will remove you if you are having the camera and still you are not switching on. If your teacher is asking again and again, still you are not obeying your teacher, so I'll remove that student. Afterwards, you need to write where is Greenwich. The second question is Greenwich. The second question is Greenwich. In question number 2, you need to write where is Greenwich. We just discussed now. First of all, we should know that either this is the name of any river or city or a place, and then we need to write where it is. Either it is in like Africa, it is in Brazil, or it is in Pakistan. Okay, then you need to write where it is. Then you will write the location that according to the lines of longitude and latitude, on which degree, on what degree it is located. Come on, beta, we are having 10 minutes. Afterwards, we need to do fill in the blanks as well. I would appreciate if students will write their answers in their own wording. You must know that this time we are again having the final term as midterm, and we were having more objective questions in midterm. So in final term, we'll be having more of the questions which are related to the concepts. Okay? So no need to ratify anything. Just have concept, you will do that. So the last question would be where are what are the lines of longitude called? We have seen one more word for the lines of longitude. So what do you think that what is another name of longitude? But wait, I'm gonna just modify this question because in this question I am writing what are the lines of longitude and latitude are called. You need to write both, okay? Lines of longitude and latitude, right? So I have edited this question. Now you need to write the alternative names of both lines of longitude and latitude. If you remember, we have used other words as well for lines of longitude and latitude. Very good. Yes, Taha, you have told me the correct answer in the chat box. Now you need to write in your copy as well, okay? I am not going to disclose the answer here. Shabazz, if I am having your copy 1, so you might be having copy 2. You can do your work in copy 2 as well. And the first thing is that why haven't you collected your copy? If students were giving the chance to collect their copy from a school, they should have asked their parents. Okay, beta, is that done? Have you written that? What are lines of longitude and latitude called? Come on, guys, right? Hurry up. Afterwards, we are having the fill in the blanks. Will take. You will need time for that. Have you copied down the question? You have copied down the question. Huh? I'm going ahead. Now here comes the fill in the blanks. Now you can copy down these fill in the blanks and you will write the answers in your copy. Fill in the blank number 1. Lines of longitude are also called as. That is the same as we have done in question answers. This is so simple. No, in fill in the blank number 1, there is just one answer. The lines of longitude. Yes, two words, like that single word is composed of two words. That's another thing. You need to write the alternative name of lines of longitude in fill in the blank number 1. Fill in the blank number 2 is the dash is a place in London which is at 0° longitude. Is it simple? Yes, that is simple. The dash is a place in London which is at 0° longitude. Now copy down this and write the answer. The third blank would be there are dash lines of longitude on the globe. So you need to write number over here. You need to write the number over here. Aman, are you doing work? Okay, okay. Then there is fill in the blank number 4. There are dash lines of latitude on the globe. First you need to write the lines of number of lines of longitude, then number of lines of latitude. Is it simple? Then the next one, fill in the blank, is in front of you. That is, there are, no, sorry, the latitude on the globe form complete dash. When we're talking about the lines of longitude, we say that all the lines join from pole to pole. But in case of latitude, all the lines on the globe form dash, form complete dash. Come on, guys, copy down these fill in the blanks. So I should go ahead because we are having more fill in the blanks. This work should be done in your copy neatly and cleanly. Your flap should be made, your two indices should be made, one for RT1, another for RT2. In both the RTs, your title page must be there. On the title page, will write the name of the chapter on which we have taken the RT. Your question should be done with blue color pencil. Your answer should be done with pencil. And fill in the blanks. Your blanks should be done with blue color pencil. Your writing should be neat and clean. Yes, Alina, you're right. You've told me the correct answer in the chat box, but I'm not going to disclose over here. Good. Come on, guys. Should I go ahead? We are having just 3 minutes. Come on. Have you copied down these fill in the blanks? Let me go ahead then. Again, there would be date on the next page. Okay, we are having just one fill in the blank for the next page. in RT1 we were having 10 fill in the blanks, and I guess 3 questions were there. Okay, here we are having 6 fill in the blanks and 3 questions. I have modified question number 3, if you remember. So, here comes another question. Lines of longitude are also called as dash. Yes, Alina, you want to, Hamna, you want to say something? Okay, beta, don't disclose any answer, okay? You can talk to me, but don't disclose any answer. Yes, beta, speak up.
Yes, in bit number 1, the same question fill the blanks is.
Sorry, speak up.
The bit number 1 is also this one. Lines of longitude are also called, and the sixth one is also same.
Okay, I'm just making it the lines of latitude, okay? I'm gonna make it latitude. Okay, now this bit is changed, right? So now we are having number 6 as the lines of latitude are also called as dash. Alina, you want to say something? Okay, tell me.
Miss, please show fill the blanks number 1 till 5.
Okay, beta, on this page we are having just one fill in the blank, that is lines of latitude are called as dash. Okay, on this page, on page number 1, we are having more fill in the blanks. So I'm just opening this page. On this page, we are having 5 fill in the blanks, or all are very easy. I want everyone to do the work neatly and cleanly. Is the revision test easy? Okay. Malahim, why you have switched off your camera today? You switch on your camera every day? Good. That's like a good girl.